Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the broadcast of the Potomac Curling Club at the National Capital Curling Center of the Grand National Curling Club's Junior Playdowns. We're here in Draw 7 featuring Elliot Pendrosa versus Kelly. We're in the middle of the second practice right now. There are 2 minutes remaining, so we'll soon see the draw to the button and then get this match underway. In the meantime, if you look at the top of your screen, you'll see event details. Click that and you'll see a link to the men's standings. Get all your latest live scores and statistics from curlingzone.com. Easiest thing in curling, throwing the same shot again, right?
Yeah, I hate it when they say that.
It's really not.
Not true.
It's supposed to be the easiest thing, but it's just not.
Muscle memory is a lie.
Knock my rock watcher off.
Pete actually did yesterday. Jeremy.
So the practices are complete. Elliot Pendrosa has won the right for first hammer. And they're just about to get underway. Looking at our rosters for today's game, at lead for Elliot Pendrosa, we have Calvin Connor. Second is Blake Hagberg. Vice is Sean White. And your skip is Sebastian Elliot Pendrosa. Throwing the yellow rocks, we have lead Clayton Kincaid. Second, Justin Arndt. Vice Chase Sinnott. And skip Jack Kelly. So, do you want to run the system or do you want to commentate?
You probably know the system better than I, so I'll just stick to the commentary.
Have a seat. There's a switch on top of your microphone.
Okay.
So you are Matt or Matthew?
Either or, doesn't matter.
Matt. And it's Brennan
Benner.
Benner. B-E-N-N-E-E-R?
No, just B-E-N-N-E-R.
B-E-N-N-E-R. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce my co-host for today's game, Matt Brenner, one of the fine curlers here at Potomac Curling Club. Welcome, Matt.
Hi, how you guys doing?
So, as I was telling them, we are just about to see Elliot Pendrosa play Jack Kelly. Elliot won the right to have first hammer with his practice draw to the button. And very soon, we'll get started. was supposed to be 200. I'll think the other.
Looks like the ice is a little faster than they're anticipating. Looking for button and just about have it on that one. See. Clean takeout and flops. Oh! Flops to the right and then flops himself on the ice.
Please bear with us a moment.
Nice hit and flop to the forefoot. Touch the forefoot. Red looking to come down right on top of it. That's a nice clean hit. And yellow basically coming down with the same hit. Looks like he's wide. And just missed on the left side.
This ice has been fairly unforgiving if you're wide today.
Come down and guard shot rock on this next one. This line is great. And just a little wide. Pulled a little too far down. And yellow looking for two here. And that's a very nice takeout. Gets both, ends up sitting shot.
Actually, I'm thinking about just pulling this chair out of here because it's kind of in the way.
Red with a nice chip. Probably not exactly what they were going for, but still got a takeout nonetheless. Yeah, with a nice connect on that one. And with the only stone left in the house. Red looking like they're going to come down and do the same thing. It's going to be on the outside. They're going to clear it all out. Empty house coming down to skip stones. Looks like they want to draw to the top 12. And that's going to pull right through the back. Definitely some fast ice in this first end. Drifting through, and it looks like that's going to be swept out the back as well.
I think I got the positions of the pictures mixed up.
It's a final rock for yellow. Looking for just anything at this point to keep in the house. Sweeping hard. Maybe we've taken too much off of it. And that's going to stop T-line right in the 8-foot. So red looks like they're going to come down to it and probably try to blank. Let's see what happens. Line looks good. But it looks like he's going to leave it. Just take just one with the hammer. It's the end of one. It's 1-0.
Matt, I have a quick correction on our team lists. Sebastian Elliot Pendrosa is the skip, but he throws third rocks. Sean White, vicing for Team Pendrosa, throws fourth rocks.
Interesting. First rock away, looking probably for center line. And this is going to sit right. This is going to sit in the 4-foot, almost right on the tee line. Elliot coming down now with the hammer just to knock it out. Ooh. Couldn't have fit a piece of paper through there. Left it just outside. Red coming down now to cover what they have. It looks like they're going to get it just over the hog and have it sit right in line with what they have up there. Very high guard. Let's see if it helps them. They're going to try to heavy draw right in front of it. Maybe bump it back a little bit. Looks like it's going to get a piece of it. Not quite the intended shot. Push the red closer into the button. Now another guard coming down. Be a little further up, probably actually in the house. Sit front 12, center line, cover it nicely. Yellow skip looking to peel some guards now. A little bit of indecision. A little bit of thought. They're going to come for the center line guard. Right angle, they might get 2 out of this. Come down hard. Looks like he's going to get something out of it. And he split off the front guard. And red's looking to put it back.
Foggy lenses. With the new multifocal lens, everything is beautiful.
Rocks away, looks pretty heavy.
Close up, far away. No, you wouldn't have to. You just have to pay for it. Your insurance covers it if it's, cataracts.
Curls down and sits right next door. And leaves it open for a heavy double right here. Hard sweep. Looks like they have the line. Oh, that is a very nice takeout. Got the one out completely and drove the other one at least out of play for now.
There is a middle distance that they need.
It was a very nice double.
So far, no. Have anything at that distance.
But I did.
Computer screens are fine, but I balance.
I'm not putting it in my
The music is just distance away. It's making my brain because
Well, do us a favor. Take this trophy back and this kitchen.
I did find it possible.
Looks like they're trying to peel off yellow second rock on the side. Oh, no. Coming for shot.
We do a lot of stuff for the office through there, like that display shelf. Pretty well for that stuff.
Chair furnished to us in our office with you.
Not chairs.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Top two chairs.
Not.
Rock's on its way. Oh. Oh. Just pushed it a little bit too far outside. Took his own out and rolled it behind. It was an unfortunate turn of events. Yellow looking to capitalize. Nice easy draw. Looks like it's still moving. It's a pretty quick shot. But it'll hang around. Red looking to run the same shot.
Trying the same shot with less outside. That's all part of the greater plan, Brian. It's all part of the greater plan. He wasn't going to steal one until you did that.
Oh. Very nice hit from Red. Takes two yellows out of contention. Yellow looking to come down and just chip that away. That's a solid clear. And yellow's back to sitting 2. Looks like they're trying to come and either sit in front of the yellow or tuck behind the guard up front. Looks a little fast. Looks like they're kind of changing plans here a little bit. Maybe get a whack on the yellow here and try to stick around. Just ended up missing. Just get a little bit of a chip, but came back through. So they want to put one up in the front 12, just in front of the one that shot. Yep, that's what it looks like they're going for. Sweeping this all the way down. Looks like it's not going to make the. It's going to make the house. Ooh. Left it just a little short and right in front of the 12-foot. Red looking to run the same shot that they did the previous stone. Looks like he threw that inside. Plan B might be to promote the red. And it looks like that's what they're doing now. Ooh. That's going to be a tough one for the second shot there. That's very close. It looks like to me red setting second shot, so yellow looking just to freeze to the one that you have there now. Just hit over and take 2. It's away. It's hanging outside. looks like it's going to be on the outside of the rock, if they can even sweep it there. But oh, very nice shot. Gets them 2. And looks like it's just going to be 2. So at the end of 2, yellow's up 2-1.
Where are the boys? They're next to you. Yeah. I know, I'm so out of it. What color are you guys?
Yellow up, looking for a nice center line guard.
We have an update on our game on sheet D by user request. Team Unterborn is leading Team McMakin 1-0.
You flip that?
That's a nice 3 guard just to the left of the center line. Let's come down, and that's going to sit to the right. Maybe about 1.5 feet in front of the hog line. Yellow looking to just junk up the center line some more. It's got enough speed to get in the house. And yeah, they're going to pull that in. And that's right behind the red stone and just short of the 12-foot. That's going to be out. So that rock's going to be reset.
But the PGA show's coming up in 3 weeks, so we'll be there.
Looks like they just want to promote back, just to stuff that behind.
Sports licensing show and the
Wants to come across the face of the stone. Kind of an interesting call here.
I used to go to the PGA shows when we were so I would like really interested.
Didn't quite get there. And it's gonna hang around in the back 12. That didn't quite curl across the face like they were hoping for.
Matt, I have another score update for our viewer, Gabriel. They just hung the score for the second end. McMakin took 2. So the score is now McMakin 2, Unterborn 1.
Ooh. It's ambitious trying to take out both guards there. Got one, but just clipped the other one just a little bit more forward. At least didn't knock it in, but not quite what they were hoping for. You know, looking for another guard here. Heavy sweep. They're going to bring this one up, and it looks like they're going to try to get it in the house. Oh, a little short, but those are so two very nice high guards there. Of course, Red looking to make all that work for nothing, trying to peel both cards here out in front. And got it this time. Got one out, put the other one over on the right side 12 foot. So cleared the guards, but left one hanging around. Hoping for a hard draw from the sideline. That's just barely going to make it over the hog line. It's an interesting shot call there. Red looking to get something in the house here. Looks like they want to try to tuck behind the two rocks they have up front. Possibly just try to hide behind and hope for something else to happen here. Looks like he might get there. Oh, but it looks too fast. Just barely hanging on back there on the back 12. Almost got it all the way over, but just a little too long. Yeah, I was looking for a guard. Almost the same ice as the last shot. It's going to sneak by. It looks like it's going to carry all the way to the back of the house here. So just biting the 4 foot in the back there. Red with a couple options, but it looks like they want to try to run the shot rock and the one behind it, both of them out. Rocks away. Looks like the line is they're going to get something out of it. Well, they're not going to get both. So, red shot rock. So with Skip's rock left, it looks like, I can't quite tell yet. Looks like they're just going to come down and hit it. Rocks away, got good weight. Looks like they're going to peel it off here.
Jams.
So the hit doesn't quite pay off for him. Yellow is still sitting shot, but that last hit didn't quite work out the way they planned it. Ended up crashing and sticking on the one in the back there. So red hangs around. Has a chance to put some pressure on here. Red coming down for a hit here. And it looks like he's going to be wide. Yep, just to the right. Just to the right. So with Yellow's last shot, they're going to look to try to salvage something here, try to steal something out of this. Looking to put a guard up on the left side. But coming from the far left. It's going way outside, hoping it sticks around. Sneaks past, and it looks like that's going to be a nice 2.5 right on the left side. It's a very nice touch shot. Now Hammer, they're just looking for a draw here, try to take something out of here. Looks like it might be a little fast. And he's gonna... Ooh, this is close. This is very, very close. This may come down to a measurement. Nope. No measure. I guess one red, but I have no idea.
We'll find out when
I guess so, yeah.
So we have one person in our comment box who thinks it was red. Anyone else got an idea?
Well, they just hung up the score at the end of 3. The score is now currently tied 2-all. All right, coming back down for end number 4. Looking to set up an easy guard here. Oh, if they pull it. Ooh. It looks like it was going to hog for a second, but the sweepers pull it through. It's sitting just to my left of the center line, looking at it from the back of the house. Very close to the hog.
Matt, I have a live scoring update for our folks following the game on sheet D. Unterborn scored 2 with the hammer in the third end. The score is now 3-2, Unterborn leading.
Looking to set up a split and put it a little far back. Still in the house, but not quite where they hoped to have it, I think. Red looking to come down right on it. And they're not going to get there. Looks like just barely in front of the 12 there. Yellow looking for the split. Looks like another fast stone. And that's going to hang around in the back, halfway outside the 12 foot in the back. Yellow now with 2 in the house. And red looking for the same shot that they just threw. Good pace. Grabbing at the end there. It's going to end up poking the red up and just to bite the 12. But a hard turn at the end. Crashed it right into their previous shot. Yellow looking to come towards the middle now. Left that hang pretty far outside. Lost some momentum and now is just sitting up front as a guard. Now red looking to come behind both guards out in front. Try to give them some kind of starting point here. Red with a very nice draw shot. So halfway into the 4 foot in the front. And now yellow's got to expose what they just threw there. going to get the first one, but splits it off. Isn't going to get two, but leaves their own out in front. So they open up the gap, but not as wide as I would hoped, as much as they would have thought, I guess. Some discussion. Looks like red wants to come right through that hole that yellow just made. Sends away. It looks a little fast. Hoping it's going to grab. Red with a nice angle push there. Puts a nice guard in front of their shot rock. Yellow has to burn another stone coming down to take it out.
John, your commentators today are myself, Mr. Michael Dobbs, and my pal here,
Mr. Matthew Benner. So yellow again with a clean takeout. Leaves that alley wide open. Looks like they're coming down to replace what they just put down. Looks a little faster than the last one.
John, I think you smell what the skip is cooking.
It's going to come up and it's going to poke back the one they have in the house already. It's an interesting result there. Does leave a chance for a double, but the lineup doesn't give them a huge window for it. But either way, it looks like they're coming down for it. Throws away. They're going to get one. Maybe they get two. Oh. Curled across the face and poked it out to the right side. Unfortunately, didn't get both of them. Left the button rock just sitting there by its lonesome.
I have to say, Matt, I wish we had instant replay because that was a fantastic jump over the yellow guard for the red sweeper.
Yes, good avoidance instincts out there in the house. Red just looking to put that same kind of rock up in front again. Got a wick on the first one, was long on the second one. Will the third time be a charm? Looks heavy. That's going to come down on their own. Ooh. It came down very heavy and ended up taking out their own shot rock.
With that amount of weight, I wonder if he was trying to split his own rock and wind up with two on either side of the 8-foot. Risky move, but it didn't work.
It's very possible, yes. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out the way they had hoped. So now yellow with a clean line coming down here on their first hammer shot with a clean line right at that shot rock, which would leave them, if they get it, sitting 4, assuming they stick around. Shots away, heavy sweep. That's going to hit and stick, and now this puts red in a very difficult position. Not a lot of avenues here. Could try to poke that back for some backing and try to get shot rock out of it. Sit on it and trying to cut him down. There's not a lot of options here. It looks like they're coming right for it, but this is curling pretty heavy. Looks like it's going to split. Oh, it's going to get a piece of this rock up in front. And they're going to sit slightly to the outside. So yellow with a slightly harder shot than their previous one. Can remove this and stick around for 4.
This could be a key moment in the game. I think if Kelly can hit and sit, Elliot really missed his last shot for the hit and roll. He just didn't roll behind cover enough.
So this either turns into a big end here or opportunity lost.
That's always true. We can sit here and talk about, hey, that would be a great shot to make. They have to actually go out and do it.
It's always easier said than done. It's away. Looks like they have the line. It's going to roll away. And they end up, oh, an interesting turn of events there. They end up rolling the red, jamming out one of the yellow in the back, and their shot rock, their shooter had enough momentum to carry it pretty much almost out of the house. And it looks like, to me, it looks like yellow is settling for 2 points. So red gets very fortunate after that end, that the damage is just mitigated there. Going back the other way. First rock for yellow looks pretty heavy. Lead was not happy with where he put that. Leaves it just sitting in the 4 foot. Right away, looking for a takeout here. Or maybe not.
Yep, looks like Pendrosa's completely ignoring Kelly's rocking the house and is just trying to put up a corner guard.
Yeah, it would appear so. Interesting call. But I suppose they need to kind of set up some kind of end here. This rock looks pretty fast, and it's not moving. Oh, that barely got through. Wow. It just grazed by that corner guard up in the front. Sits center line 12. Interesting shot. Now Red looking for a double here. They get the one in front, but I think a lot of the skips are misjudging the ice here. Hill coming down looking to cover. It's going to slide into the house and just touch the one that they have up there for shot already.
Matt, I have another score update for Sheet D. They just finished the fourth end with Unterborn stealing one in the fourth. The current score is 4-2.
Red coming heavy at the two rocks there. My guess is hoping to stick around and at least keep something in play. Those are lined up. It's a very interesting shot if they're going to try to get both.
Because I can't imagine that this category 5 would probably be $480.
Makes a nice play on that hit. Rolls one out, knocks the other one out to halfway in the 8, and keeps theirs around. All in all, a pretty nice shot. Yellow looking to cover again. It's not a bad guard. Does not completely cover what they have in the house. And it looks like Red's going to try a heavy draw to get over to that side. If it curls, and it looks like it's not going to quite get across there. It's going to get close. Now yellow looking to poke that out. Ooh, and yellow with a very nice takeout. Slipped that in there and punched it out and stuck around. Looks like red is going to try to double up the two yellows on the left side. He definitely has the angle to do it, but he's going to need a lot of curl out of this. The shot's away, and it looks like he's going to get a piece of something. So the shot over curls a little bit and takes out the guard out in front. Yellow looking to just put it back somewhat to the right side of it. They throw a nice little replacement there. Still a window to get at the rocks in the back there. It looks like what the skip and the vice are discussing up there. Just come through the window at the shooter and get into cover or use it as backing. Shots away. It looks... it's hard to tell from the rock going away from us, but looks like he's got it right on the nose. That's going to flop a little bit behind that. Well, just a slight bit behind the yellow guard, but it's still fairly exposed. Yellow looking to come down and basically do the same thing. I'm sure hoping to get a little bit more behind that cover. Rocks away, very heavy. Looks like they're going to get the outside of it. It's just going to roll away. So shot does take away the shooter for right now, but doesn't do very much to help him. Red looking to come out to the right side, protect the now shot rock. Looks like they're going to put it a little long. Ooh, tough break. Misjudged the weight, put it a little bit past into a position where it unfortunately does not help them. Some discussion going on. They could come down behind the guard out in front. They could come and sit on the red to the right side, and try to outcount that and give themselves some backing. It looks like can't quite see. It looks like they might be coming. Yes, they're coming down to promote their center line. This is an interesting call. I'm trying to get a run back on the center line guard there.
Alright guys, I'm looking. Y'all doing good? Alright. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hard sweep. May not have enough weight to get there. Interesting call that doesn't quite pay off. Now sitting right in front of the 12. But unfortunately, it doesn't help him out here at this point. Looks like Red's going to come down and try to do a double hit here, run their own back into the yellow and stick around. If they can clear this out, this will get them 3.
What's Olivia's last name?
So split it off, and at the end of the day, it looks like they're just taking one out of this end. Some very interesting calls going on in that end. Now at the halfway point, currently the score is, I don't know what the names are. Currently yellow is ahead, 4-3.
So Matt and I are going to sign off for a few minutes while Sheet V takes their fifth end break. It lasts approximately 5 minutes. So do what you need to do. Grab a soda, grab a drink, grab some chips. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
just a quick rundown of the scores going on from the other sheets. On sheet A, Clausen Oliver in the middle of the 5th end is currently 7-2.
Folks, we have a score update for Sheet D. I'm not quite sure how it happened, but McMakin took 6 in the 5th end. The score is now McMakin 8, Unterborn 4. They are currently in their 5th end break.
So on sheet A, just as an update, currently Clausen 2, Oliver 7 in the middle of the 5th end. On sheet C, Dutt 3, Mulaney 2, with the score missing right now. They've currently started their 6th end. With nobody hanging the score for the 5th end, unfortunately, we can't tell what the score actually is currently. At the end of the 4th end, however, the score was Dutt 3 and 3-2.
I'd like to go ahead and welcome our commentator, Dragisha, into our chat box. If you're wondering about the rules of curling, you can go to our club's website, curldc.org, and under About Curling, we explain all the rules, how to play, and even have some nice charts telling you about the ice sheet, how big everything is, how many players are on a team, and all that fun stuff.
It looks like we're starting the 6th end here. Just as a reminder, the score: Elliot Pendrosa 3, Kelly 4, heading into the 6th end. Looks like they underestimated a little bit how fast these sheets were going to be coming out after the halfway point. It's unfortunate.
That rock is actually hogged. We've seen this quite a bit. During the 5th end break, with 5 minutes for the ice to cool and a mop to clean it, the ice really changes.
That was all evident in that throw. A hard sweep coming down. The first rock from Yellow. Might get a piece of the house, but it's probably going to wind up a little short. Took a big turn at the end of that as I was slowing down. And it looks like second shot for the red coming out to the right side. Possibly adjusted now after that first shot hog. Hard sweep. Looks like it's going to be short again from the house. Well, they're doing a really good job of guarding that right side of the house right now. Second shot for Yellow. Trying to get into the same position. Get right behind those two guards now. Hard sweep. This one's going to be in, but will it stick around? Yes, it will. It's a nice draw halfway into the 8-foot. Red looking like they want to come down and bump it back just a little bit to sit basically right where that one is. It's a hard sweep. They might be able to pull it up to it. Oh, maybe not, though. In the house, good placement. Yellow looking like they... I'm not quite sure what they're doing. I think trying to split the house. Coming outside, trying to come out to the other side of the house. Looks a little quick. And it's going to hang around in the back of the 12-foot there over on the right side. Now Red looking for promote here. Hoping to hang both around. Looks like this is going to curl past where they want it to go. So the rock over curls, slips right into that pile of rocks there on the left side. Yellow looking to come down on the same line they just threw. It's going to be up short. I'm not sure if they wanted it in the house or not, but it's going to be a guard out in front. Now it looks like the discussion that's going on, Red wants to try to run the same shot they just did. That's how it appears. So Red looking for another promote here, trying to get rid of that shot rock there on the left side. It's coming down heavier than the previous shot. Looks pretty good. Might be a little wide, though. Just came down, poked theirs outside, left it wide open for a yellow hit, which is what they're going for right here. And just barely gets that chip. Curled quite a bit towards the end of that line there. Now with some discussion going on here. Looks like Red wants to come to the other side. Maybe give themselves a little backing to try to get shot rock here. Stones away. Looks like this might come up short if they're looking for something in the house here. Got a hard sweep. Looks like it's just going to come up and poke that yellow. Yellow looking to use that new guard to just come back and sit another one on the other side of the house on the 8-foot. That rock's moving. Looks like that's going to carry right through the back. No, maybe not. So it looks like they're going to come right down the same line and try to do the exact same thing that yellow did. Try to sit on that rock. Rocks away. Gonna have to watch the line here. And yeah, they just came right down the same line and sit right on top of it. And yellow, trying to peel that off. This is somewhat of a has some risk attached to it. You have to get right on the nose to have it hang around. Oh. Oh. Oh, unfortunate turn of events there for that shot. Clips the red guard out in front and ends up spilling not only the backing that the red had, but their own shot rock and left the red shot still sitting there. So it looks like red's going to take this opportunity just to plug that hole. And red's last rock. This looks a bit fast. Looks like it's going to poke the other red rock back. And just sit right there. Now this makes for an interesting last shot. If he can get the angle correct, he can drive both of them away. At the very least, he can come in, hit, and sit, and take at least one out of this.
I think if he comes back and just has about backline weight on it, he should be able to bump both the red rocks far enough back that he can take two. Because he does have one over on the left side of the 8-foot.
He's just got to watch his angles here. The ice has been swinging a lot more than I think they're ready for. Oh, he's coming heavy. It's Very heavy weight coming down the line.
I think he just wanted to take the curl out of play. But that
Well,
doesn't work on this ice. We'll see if he makes the shot.
oh,
Hit
he's going to get
goes.
both, but
Rolls too far.
unfortunately, he's only going to get one out of that. So good shot. Took out both Reds, but unfortunately, shooter rolls a little too far away. Only ends up taking one out of that end. So after 6, the current score is Kelly 5, Elliot Pendrosa 3.
I think my microphone was off.
Whoops.
You're right, Dorothy. You probably couldn't hear me because my microphone was actually off by accident. My bad.
Oops. So here we are at the start of N7. Lead rock coming out for a guard. The lead kind of doesn't look happy about his delivery here. It's a nice draw right into the 8-foot, but given his reaction, I don't think that's what he was looking for. Is Red looking to come down and just pop that out of there? I'm sorry, it looks like they're trying to come across and set up their own end on the right side. Leaves a 2 guard. Lead stone number 2. Coming down to look to cover up what they just put in the house. Hard sweep from everybody to try to get that up there. And that's going to be a pretty decent guard, although it's fairly high. It does leave that stone open. Red looking to come behind those 2 up front now. It looks like they're going to have to resort to plan B here. And not quite enough steam to promote that all the way up, but it's a slight bit more helpful. Yellow looking to tuck in between its 2 that it has up there already. Looks like a nice rock there. It's going to come back and just tap that yellow one a little bit more undercover. Going to come right at those rocks that they just put out and try to move the pile a little bit, it looks like. It looks high. It looks like it's going to coast right past, and that's exactly what it's going to do. Just left it a little bit outside. A little bit too much weight for the broom he called. Now yellow's looking to close up that other half of those 2 rocks that are in the house right now. Looks like it looks like this is a little outside. I think we're good. Left it a little bit outside. Does cover it up a little bit, but there still is a gap. They can still wedge that through there. And that's looking like what they're going to try to do here. Come heavy and try to pop those out of there. This is like parking lot weight. Oh, oh, that was so very, very close. It was a great line, just barely clipped that guard. Yellow looking to close that gap there. Try not give him a second chance at that shot. Looks like this is going to hang outside, though. I'm going to draw it up a little bit closer than the last guard, but it's almost in the same position. So with some discussion down at the far end of the ice, looks like they're just going to try to come down, do the same shot again. Take a second crack at this shot. So very close to having it on the first try.
We have a score update on sheet D. And the 6th and Unterborn took 1. So the score is now McMakin 8, Unterborn 5.
Coming with some less weight than they did the last shot. Not quite sure what's going to happen here. Looks like they're going to curl across and take out that front guard. Interesting. Unfortunately, they still left it hanging around in the back of the house, but it kind of opens up the pile a little bit here. The other unfortunate thing is they have a chance to put a guard back in that spot and take away that angle again. It looks like they're just going to tap up the side here. Whether that was intended or not, that's the end result. So now there's a big pile of rocks right in front here. There are a couple options. They can try to just clear out the ones in the back there. There's the space. They do have an angle to take out the 2 front ones. And I think trying to get all 3 would be a little bit ambitious. But they might be able to do some interesting things here. It's almost like a shot and pull when you don't have anything lined up. You just throw it as hard as you can. It's away. It looks like it's going to be outside. They're going to get just barely the edge of that second one. Well, probably not the ideal solution, but They did get one out. So points are points. Although at this stage of the game, they should have been looking for both of them. Stones away, looking for another guard up here in front. And put a nice rock right up in front there. So this leaves a couple options here. But it looks like they just want to come in and try to get behind everything. Try to get something in the house. This looks like it's going to cut back. Will it get past the guard? Yes. Very nice draw. That was a good touch. Puts them shot. Not quite covered. A little sliver, a little chance about punching that out, but not much. Yellow looking to come down, and I think looks like they want to try to come down and promote here. So on last rock, Yellow looking to promote up into the forefoot and try to take one here. Oh, wow. An impressive promote there. Banks it off the red stone that was shot, rolls it right into the forefoot, and puts red in a very, very hard situation here. The only shot they have, personally, the only shot that I see they have is to try to do almost the same thing they did. Just promote their rock into the red, into the yellow in the forefoot and drive that away. It doesn't look like that's what they want to do. Looks like they're going to try to draw right through. Trying to get a little kick here. It's not going to happen. And just didn't have the right angle to make it across. It's a good thought. Just didn't have the right angle. Kelly ends up stealing one. The score after 7, right?
6.
They didn't hang 6. Yeah. So the score after 7, Kelly now 6, Elliot Pendrosa 3. Yeah, so 6 then. So here we go, end number 8. Look, Skip's moved up a little bit to try to help temper his speed a little bit. And that strategy's apparently helped. Put up a nice guard right up in the front, slightly off to the left to center. Red looking for something here, something in the house. They're going to have to pull that along if they want it there. And it looks like they're happy with where it's ending.
Winds up a nice tight corner guard.
Yellow looking to pull it right through that hole there. Trying to bring it up into the house. Not quite far enough over, but very nice touch draw. Puts them right in the 8 foot. Didn't quite pull it behind cover, and now it looks like Red's going to come after it. I don't know if they can hold that line, but it looks like it's going to wreck on the guard here in front. This is an interesting turn of events there. Got a
Yeah.
couple.
Definitely not what they were expecting, but hey, that's a fine looking shot to me.
Sometimes the other plans are the best ones.
Hooray for plans B, C, D, F. They all work.
Double H, Omega, Theta, something like that, whatever. But the result is he has a nice rock in the house behind cover. Like Yellow wants to come down through the same line and try to put up a guard in front of their shot rock. Fortunately, it looks like this is going to pull across it, so it's not going to be a very functional guard. Red looking to get a slightly cleaner takeout on this shot. Coming out heavy. And it looks pretty good. It's a very nice controlled takeout there. Spills behind cover. Red now sitting 1 and 2 in the house. Yellow looking to pop that second rock out there and stick around. Try to get behind those 2 guards they have up in front. Looks like, yep. Gonna catch it, but it's gonna spill way outside and gonna be exposed out there on the left side. And red will come and try to pop that away. Coming from the center line out, you're going to have to hold that line in order to get this one. Overcurled a little bit, didn't stick around, just flopped out. So it looks like yellow's looking for a double here. To come down very heavy and try to pop both of those away. It looks like he got a little bit outside and it didn't come back.
Folks, I have a score update for Sheet D, where Team Unterborn is facing Team McMakin in a grudge match for top seed in Division A. And McMakin scored 2 in the 7th end, so McMakin is leading 7-5. I'm sorry, 10-5. They scored 2 in the 7th end, making it 10-5.
Looks like red wants to come down, try to tuck behind some guards, try to generate some offense here. Starting to come back very hard. This isn't going to make it up to the house. So it looks like they're discussing the same shot that they just tried to throw. And yes, they're going to come at those reds again. Coming from the other side this time. And they're going to peel the guard away. And they're going to flop into the house. So not ideal, but it exposes the shot rock. Looks like red's going to try to draw to the 4-foot here.
Watching from there, Julie? I just wanted to see what it looked like. I just called my mom. Tell her to check it out. It's pretty cool. That way you can see it. And I get an instant replay. The replay.
Gonna need a nice touch draw here. Try to tuck behind all those guards in the front. Looks like it's going to come down and chip off the yellow up front. An interesting setup for the guards here out in front. But for right now, yellow's going to come right at the exposed red rock here. Not much roll on that one, but they succeed in at least driving out the red here. So now with Skips Rocks left, a little bit of a decision here for red. It looks like some indecision on the Skips part. It looks like they're going to try to draw to the button here. Maybe try to get a little rub off of the yellow rock in front. It's interesting. Oh. Interesting call, but not enough power to get it up there. Came back and tapped up one of the ones they left out short.
He did manage to promote himself to second shot, I think. So, least possibilities, but then Team Kelly would have to miss this in order for Pendrosa to be able to get two.
Looks like they want to come and try to drive back that red and maybe split both off. Not quite, maybe not. I'm not quite sure what they're thinking here.
I think they're going for a guard.
Guard the guard.
What was the call? Guard.
It looks a little fast to be a guard here.
No, that's guard way.
Just trying to come down, it looks like, and just sit on front of it, which they're going to succeed in doing.
I think it curls a little more than he wanted it to. I think he wanted more of the red rock, but I think it still does the job.
Yeah, it still covers up any promote lanes there. I mean, you could come back and do exactly what they're calling here and try to promote the red the other direction into the yellow and knock that away. Or you could just be really creative and try like a triple promote on that yellow they just put up. Promote across into the yellow. Oh.
And it works. I think he's got two.
Very nice promote there. Runs the yellow away and stays in cover. Very nice shot.
A reminder, folks, this is Michael and Matt coming to you live from the Potomac Curling Club here at the National Capital Curling Center in Laurel, Maryland, just 20 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. This is the Grand National Curling Club's Junior Playdowns. The winners move on to the USCA Junior National event.
Now at the conclusion of the 8th end, the score is currently Kelly 6, Elliot Pendrosa 5 after taking 2 with the hammer in that end.
A quick clock check here. Team Pendrosa has approximately 18 minutes remaining, and Team Kelly has 22 minutes remaining, so both teams have plenty of time left.
Let's see if Elliot Pendrosa can take away some of the shots here. Try to ride the momentum from the last end. Looks like they want to start with a throw into the 12-foot. And this will end up fairly high guard, just to the right of the center line. Yellow looking to come behind that guard. And this is going to stop just touching 4 foot, it looks like. Just outside the 4 foot. And it looks like red's going to come right at it. Nice hit. That's a nice nose hit on that one. Undoubtedly, yellow will be coming down on the same line with the same hit. Gonna have to hold that line to get this one. And it looks like they're holding it pretty well.
We were just thinking that it'd be easy
Although, oh, no. Get just the corner, but not enough to poke it away. The yellow's gonna flop outside the house. That one's not gonna count. That pushes red out into the 4 foot. And now it looks like they're trying to come in and split the house here. Looks like this is going to collide with their guard out in front. And didn't quite get it all the way across. Left it wide open, and yellow's going to come and hit that, or at least try to. And they're just going to sit right there.
Folks, I have another score update for the game on sheet D, where McMakin is playing Unterborn. Unterborn scored 3 in the 8th end. McMakin is still leading Unterborn 10-8.
It's a halfway point. That game looked like it was done, but they're sticking with it. Red's going to end up peeling that one. But they're going to stick around out in the outside 12 foot. Yellow wants to come down and bump it away. Probably looking just to tap it back or sit on it. It's got the angle. And it's got the speed. Puts it right on it. Now just barely sitting shot out there. Red looking to draw across to the right side here. You're trying to get a corner freeze on that yellow on the outside. Well, it's got the angle, but not enough speed. It's going to sit out in the front, but it's not going to outcount the yellow that's sitting out there already. Oh, yellow looking to split the house here. Just slipped by the guard. That's going to hang around in the house there. That's not going to be enough to outcount the Reds, though. So some discussion going on up the far end here between the skip and the vice here. Looks like they're talking about getting rid of the one they just threw out there. Now they're going to come out the one that they just, that yellow just threw out there. Given that it's not shot rock, I don't know how I feel about that one. And shots away. It's got a curl. It's not going to curl enough to get across. It's just going to poke it to the outside. No. Looks like they just kind of pushed them up to second shot. So yellow's looking to protect their shot rock over there on the right side. Maybe. They're still discussing. Nope, they're going to guard on the left side. So it looks like he's looking for guard on the left. So not quite what they were looking for. Ends up wrecking on the red in the front, pushing that out. So now there are a couple options here. It looks like they're going to come at that second shot rock again. I'd be looking to cut these guys down a little bit. So coming down, trying to do a little bit better with what they did the last time. So it looks like they're going to get the hit this time. It's going to roll off to the right here. But will it stay in the house? And That's going to hang around. It's going to sit right on the button. That was a very excellent shot. There is an opening. Yellow can draw to the 4-foot and try to outcount this one. Now, they do have the room to draw through there, but it looks like they're just going to try to peel the guard out in front.
Well, yeah, pump the guard out.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get it, though.
Oh, he's going for the double? No. Well, go for it. If you miss it, oh well. You clear the guard.
So here we are looking for, trying to get rid of that guard out in front. Trying to expose the shot rock here. Looks like they're going to peel it. Peel it away. No other action going on. So now, last shot for red. They're going to need to come down and they're going to need to cover that up.
Quick update on sheet D. There are handshakes going on. We're not quite sure which team is winning, but by the look of the rock on the button, it looks like Team McMakin has taken the game.
Looks very heavy. Not quite sure where they're coming here. This is going to curl past. Trying to chip away, no. It's going to curl in, and where's it going to stop? Look at some touch, some 4-foot. Very nice. Good draw, putting a lot of pressure on him. It's putting a lot of pressure here. You try to draw into that pocket, try to hit and stick around. Either way, it's just holding them to 1, which in this case, you know, since you have a 1-point game, is a very good idea. But it looks like they just want to do the hit and stick here. Looks like he's on the inside of it. Maybe not. It's on the outside of the rock. I don't think this is going to hang around. It's just going to flop away. Red's going to steal one out here and headed into the home stretch here, the 10th end. We are now tied 6-6.
Folks, we do have confirmation from sheet D. Team McMakin scored 3 in the 9th end, and Unterborn, seeing as they were then down 8-13 heading into the 10th, decided to go ahead and shake.
So here we go, last end, folks. It is a tie game with Team Kelly possessing the hammer at this current point. Looks like they want to put a guard up here. Have to build some kind of an end. Gonna be slightly off to the right side, but that's a pretty good guard.
And it's what Pendrosa needs. He's got to set up something. Otherwise, Kelly can just keep hitting, rolling out, and draw for one at the end.
Yep. Looks like they want to come. Looks like they're coming to the left side. Try to set up either a corner guard or try to split the house right off the first 2 rocks. Oh, this is going to split the house. This is going to go right to the tee line, a little bit beyond it. But sitting outside on the 12-foot. Now, they're going to have to ignore this rock for right now and try to set up something to build an end here. Oh. Tried to curl behind, not quite. Ended up putting up 2 guards. One on the center line, one on the right side. And now, Team Kelly's going to try to put one on the outside and try to split the house in the 12-foot. 12-foot ring. Very heavy sweeping going on. Looks like they're going to get it into the 12-foot here. So yeah, let's split the house. It looks like Red wants to try to tuck behind the 2 guards that they just put up. Try to get something here. It looks like it's heavy, and it looks like it's going to go right in between the 2 guards. And that's exactly what it did. Just a little too much, not enough to catch either guard and roll away, and just too heavy, and just slides right through the house. Now Yellow's Team Kelly's looking to peel some guards here. There's some discussion going on. I'm not quite sure what to call here. And after some discussion, it looks like they're just going to come right at the center line guard. Try to take that out.
I agree with this move. Really, if you're tied and you have the hammer, you just want to keep everything as clear as possible.
That's exactly right. Let's see what we got here. It looks like this. Oh, they can hold it together. Oh, so
flashes.
very close. He had breathed on that, it probably would have caught it. But just barely slashes right past that guard. Now it looks like Elliot Pendrosa is going to come down and take out the shot rock on the outside there. I don't agree with this, but
I think he's trying the freeze, Matt.
looks like it's going to be a little bit outside and just scoots right by, but it is going to sit shot for right now. Just barely, but that is going to sit shot. Now it looks like Team Kelly's going to come down and do the same thing. They're going to want to come down, try to just poke that back a little bit and give them some backing. It's going to have to curl a lot here. And it slides right by and just out of play. So this opens up quite a few shots here for Red. And they can try to defend what they have, or they can try to slip behind the guards. Maybe just junk up the front a little bit more on that side. Try to make it a little bit more difficult to out count them. And it looks like they're just going to try to draw in behind the guards here. Looks like it might slip by. Oh, just barely caught a piece of that guard and kicked across. So now there are a bunch of guards up front. And it looks like Team Kelly just wants to peel them away. It looks like he pushed this outside a little bit. I don't know if that's going to come back, but he might actually get the shot rock out of this. Wow.
That is not what Team Kelly needed right now.
Wow, that was unpleasant to watch.
It was such a rocket, we didn't have time to change cameras.
Came down, looked like it was going to hang outside, curled back, and just curled back a little too much and just missed both. It looks like Team Elliot Pendrosa wants to tap one back. Looks like they're trying to promote here. This looks a little slow to be a promote. I don't know how much of a bump they're going to get out of this, even if it does make it. It's not even in the 12. Which puts another guard in there, and it looks like they want to come the same shot again, try to do that peel on the on the left side. Looks like he's got the line this time. He's going to hit something. Ooh. Interesting hit in the back.
But it doesn't really change much in the back. It just swaps a red guard for a yellow guard up front.
That does leave him a promote angle there. So even with all that junk in the front, it still gives him something to shoot at. So it looks like they want to try to put something up in the front 12 to guard the shot rock currently. At least that's if I'm interpreting the Skip's calls here correctly.
Well, we are down to the final set of Skip's rocks in this game, unless we somehow blank the end and go to extra, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Rocks away. If they want it in the paint, I don't know if it has enough to get there. They might be able to pull up a guard, but they're not going to get much out of this. So now, kind of junk up the front a little bit more. So what are we looking at here? Yep. Coming up front. And they're looking at the tap up. It's probably the most logical shot to take here at this point. So it isn't a very small window. But right now, it's pretty much a race to the red. And this is going to be the only way to get there is bumping something. Yeah, he's got to make sure he gets the weight just on it because these rocks have been breaking pretty hard when they start slowing down. If that curls back. Uh-oh. Oh.
Disaster.
Took either a little too much ice or outside, but the worst possible result for Team Kelly has happened.
At least he hit it on the inside. It's important to note here that there's only one rock in the 8-foot, and it's just barely in the 8-foot now. So even if Kelly has to just draw at the end, it's still open.
Mm-hmm. Still is there.
Folks, an update on Sheet C, where we have Team Dud playing Team Mulaney. They were tied after 10 ends and are playing an extra end.
We also have a timeout here on Sheet B.
We do have a timeout here on Sheet B. Timeouts, for when you call a timeout, you get up to 1 minute for your coach to join you from the warm room. And then once your coach joins you, your timer then continues to run. But with Pendrosa having 3 minutes and 30 seconds and Kelly having 8 minutes, both teams have enough time for one more rock.
Well, extra ends, their timeout, you know, whatever. Looks like there's a consensus here on the ice. I can't. There's no indication of what they're throwing, but given the line, I'm going to guess that he's probably going to try to guard up those yellows and block a promote attempt.
Sean White throwing the final rock for Team Pendrosa.
Looks like if that's what they were going for, it's narrow. I can't quite tell. There's no really indication as to what they were going to do.
It's so light. It's definitely a guard.
It looks like they have the line. That's a very nicely placed shot. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Team Kelly here on the last shot.
Overcurled just a little bit at the end. Kelly could still try and promote their yellow rock closest to the center line, but at this point, it looks like the draw is much easier.
Well, they have a couple of angles. They could promote either yellow, but to get to the yellow on the outside, they'd have to hit the red at the right angle. So they still have the shots there, and now Team Kelly is called timeout.
Not surprising. They've got over 9 minutes of time remaining. They can take as much time as they need to think this through because this is the game, folks.
So maybe we could try to continue that conversation after we're done with this.
I mean, these guys are, you know, first
So I see a couple avenues. They could do a promote on either of the rocks they have out in front, they could come down and try to try to hit the red rock on the outside and just sit there. Because at this point, they basically need half of it in the white in order to outcount.
There are also the hit and roll options. If they're not confident with their draw weight, they could hit either of the yellow rocks that are in the 12-foot and just roll in.
That's exactly right. And it looks like they're just going to take a draw on the outside and try to touch 8-foot. It looks like that's what they're going for. Try to come on a less crowded side. I don't know how I feel about that. That way, if they come from the other side, if it's long, at least they have the opportunity of rolling back in.
Either way you go, I mean, it's all up to the sweepers.
Yep.
Put it where it needs to be.
This is it.
There's no easy shot here.
Yep. These are all high-pressure shots here. It's just that you have about 6 avenues to it. They're all about, well, none of them are easy. Shots away. It looks like this might be light. Sweepers are going at it.
It's definitely wide enough. Oh, can the sweepers keep it going?
They're going to have to drag
So
that in.
close.
They're going to have to drag that.
Can they get it all the way to the 8-foot?
They got it.
Yes, they do.
Beautiful touch draw, and that's the game. Final score, Elliot Pendrosa 6, Team Kelly 7.
Nice job, David. Nice job, David. Nice coaching. Jack's draw into the 8.
So once again, folks, this is the Potomac Curling Club here at the National Capital Curling Center presenting the Grand National Curling Club's junior playdowns. You've just witnessed Pendrosa in a close game against Kelly. Kelly squeaked it out of the end with a draw to the 8-foot. We do have other action going on here. On sheet D, Unterborn conceded to Team McMakin. On sheet C, Mulaney and Dutt are in an extra end, tied at 5 with 4 rocks each remaining. Over on sheet A, Team Oliver is currently beating Team Clausen 9-5 after 9 ends. We're going to stick with you to give you live coverage of the remaining rocks on sheets A and C. So give us a moment and we'll get up to date. Folks, you are looking at the house. The top of the house is at the bottom of your screen on sheet C, where Team Mulaney is playing Team Dutt. As you can see, there is only 1 rock in the house. Team Mulaney is yellow rocks, and they do not have the hammer.
There's a nice tap up there to flop that rock to undercover. Red team looking like they're coming down and try to hit that rock. Doesn't look like they're going to get it. Looks like they're going to get the guard. And run it straight back into it. But it does leave it open. That guard's a little offset now, so now it's wide open, and the other team's going to come down and try to cover that.
Mary thinks he thrives on it.
That was stolen away. Looks like they're trying to guard the current rock in the house here. Looks like it has a good line. It's good weight. They're going to sweep that a little bit further up, and that's going to stop maybe about 2 feet away from the 12-foot line. Now red calling for a double here. They have the angle. They just got to make sure they have the right hit here. It's coming very up weight. Hard sweep all the way down. Doesn't. Oh. Didn't have the right angle and pushed it just past. You saw the rock, the yellow rock, just sail across the screen there.
So we are down to Skip's Rocks over here on sheet C. Mulaney is yellow, Team Dud is red, and Dutt has the hammer.
It looks like they're just trying to come down and guard again. I'd assume trying to leave it at an angle that won't expose them.
Folks, Team A just wrapped up. It looks like Team Oliver did defeat Team Clausen.
Shots away. I don't think this is going to get out there and cover this. I'll be lucky if this makes it over the hog line. It's not going to. Oh. Oh. Perhaps I'm wrong.
That rock is just barely over the hog. Get a better angle. It's covering, I don't know how to say about where it is. The yellow rock sitting in the
She was watching it online before.
But the unfortunate thing is that given how far away that guard is, it does still leave it open, but it doesn't look like they're going to come at it. Looks like they're going to try to draw through the hole here. You can see that there's 3 rocks in there. They're going to try to draw, it looks like, right up that center line, right in between the shot rock and the first guard on your left side. Rocks away. It's got the speed, but is it at the right angle? Well, they're going to pull it. It's actually going to end up promoting the yellow, and it's going to tap it right up into the house.
It looks like they did manage to open up a little bit of a hole near the center line on the left side of your screen. So
it looks like yellow is trying to close that hole up on their last shot here.
absolutely. Team Mulaney, they can't block all the shots, so just block the easy ones.
I'm not going to talk to them until after.
So it looks like they're calling for a 3 guard here, close up to that red rock, but on the center line. He was even talking about maybe rubbing off of it a little bit. probably as a plan B or something like that.
In terms of time, Team Mulaney has approximately 1 minute 30 seconds
calling
remaining,
a timeout.
and they just called a timeout. They actually don't have a lot of time to make this decision here.
They got to move quickly because they don't have a lot of time on the clock here.
One thing to remember is that once your coach gets out there, your clock starts again. So they only have about 80 seconds
left
for their skip to throw the rock. It's all right if time expires while the rock is in motion, but the skip has to release the rock before time expires. The coach is moving off the ice.
I think they're starting to realize that they need to start moving. Now with 63 seconds left to deliver the stone.
Team Dud throwing red rocks and having hammer has 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, so they're fine on the clock.
45 seconds remaining. They got to make this quick. They're running out of time. It would be a shame to lose on time in the extra end. 30 seconds left.
Fortunately, all he has to do is release the rock.
Yep. And rocks away with 20 seconds left. Looks like it's a nice weight. Is it going to have the right line? Looks like it's right there, and that's going to plug that middle line. It's a very nice guard, and I wouldn't be surprised if Red calls the timeout here as well. Here's the final shot of the extra end. Looks like, I can't quite tell. Looks like they're just trying to touch 8 foot here. That's all they need.
And the rock is on the way.
This rock's away. Hard sweeping. I don't know if it's going to have enough weight to get there, especially coming on the outside.
I worry about the line.
Oh, is it going to get inside?
Line's fine.
And that's going to be the winner. Very nice draw on the extra end.
Team Dutt manages to draw for 1 in the extra end, defeating Team Mulaney. Team Dutt will have a record of 3-0, tying Team Dunham for the lead here in Division B. Team Mulaney drops to 0-3. This is the Potomac Curling Club here at the National Capital Curling Center, bringing you the Grand National Curling Club's Junior Playdowns live. Our next draw will be at approximately 8 p.m. Eastern. It might be delayed a little bit because the ice team needs time to get the ice ready, and we've run about 15 minutes over. But coming up in the next draw, draw 8 for the women's juniors, will be Rain Anderson against Sarah Anderson. Once again, this is Michael Dobbs
and Matthew Benner
for the Potomac Curling Club. Have a wonderful night, folks.